Welcome to Senior Health Star, thy haven of sagacity, inspiration, and the flourishing of life, in thy resplendent years. If thou art a newcomer to this realm, I beseech thee, press yon subscribe button, and sound the bell of notification, that thou mayest join our fellowship, of elders who dost embrace life, with purpose and mirth. Today, we embark upon a wondrous voyage, guided by our visual tale, Elderly Wisdom, 9 Hobbies After Age 65 Stories, Thou Art a Timeless Treasure. This matter doth not solely pertain to pastimes, rather, it is a quest to unearth, the radiant flame that doth illuminate thy being, regardless of the passage of years. Imagine, if thou wilt, a time when thou art 65, or even 70, or perchance 80, poised upon the precipice of a fresh narrative. The realm doth no longer behold thee, through the prism of youthful grace, yet therein lies the true enchantment's dawn. Verily, true beauty doth reside, in the radiant light of a life richly spent, in the fortitude of a spirit, molded by the trials of existence, and in the valiant heart, that doth strive ever onward, in pursuit of growth. We embark upon a journey through 9 pursuits, that metamorphose our venerable elders, into ageless gems, exuding vigor and igniting inspiration, in all who dwell in their presence. These tales, drawn from the wellspring, of true accounts shared upon the public stage, of forums, such as Reddit, and the musings of the elder scribes, are recounted under the noble tenet, of fair use, to enlighten, educate, and elevate the spirit. From the undulating vineyards of Napa Valley, to the tranquil shores of Maine, we shall entwine these pastimes, with exquisite imagery from realms afar, revealing how elders in every corner, do flourish with life's vigor. Be it in a humble hamlet, or a grand metropolis, these fervors doth transcend all bounds. Come hither, take thy cup of tea, and let us embark upon a journey, to discover how to render thy twilight years, the most resplendent of all. Hark! A warning dost thou heed, this moving visual tale, doth traverse the realms of age, and the blossoming of the self, stirring within the heart, profound sentiments. Pray, take heed, if these matters strike a chord, within thy heart. Hobby the first, to keep thy body in motion, the very bedrock of vitality. Let us commence with a verity, as ancient as the mountains, a sound body doth serve, as the vessel for a life, most vibrant. At 65 or beyond, to remain active is not to pursue, the fleeting essence of youth, but rather to welcome, a novel form of elegance. Picture, if thou wilt, Margaret, aged 12, hailing from the fair city, of Boise, Idaho. Each morn, she doth don her sneakers, and strolls along the banks, of the Boise River green belt, where cottonwood trees do sway, and the waters glisten, with the radiant light. Each step doth weave a silent discourse, with her form, a cadence that doth bind her, to the very soil beneath. To tread upon the earth, doth fortify her heart, bestow it agility upon her limbs, and purges her thoughts of clutter. In days of yore, I deemed exercise, a burdensome task, quoth she, yet now it hath transformed, into my daily elixir of liberation. To stroll is to weave verses in the air, a humble truth to eternal vigor. It doth enhance the flow, of life's sweet currents, doth lessen the burdens of worry, and doth imbue thee, with a vigor most profound. Be it through the verdant paths, of Central Park in fair New York, or in a tranquil quarter of Omaha, a daily promenade doth alter, the very manner in which thou dost bear thyself. Thy step doth bear a lightness rare, thine eyes do shine, with openness fair, and a quiet confidence, dost thou possess, which draws all hearts, with gentle grace. Then there exists the noble art, of yoga and Pilates, a symphony of body and spirit, entwined. In the fair town of Asheville, where the gentle winds do whisper, there dwells a lady, of venerable age, Clara, who at 68, doth partake in the noble art, of yoga. With each breath and graceful motion, she doth weave a tapestry, of tranquility, a serene essence, that doth spread forth, like the morning light, upon the waking world. It doth fortify the sinews, maintain the joints, in their graceful ease, and nurture a tranquil spirit, of contemplation. In fair Miami, where the sun doth shine, there dwells a gentleman, Henry, aged 75. He doth embrace the art of Pilates, which doth fortify his core, and enhance his noble posture, allowing him to glide through life, with a grace most effortless. These pursuits be not mere exercise, they proclaim that age, doth not diminish thy strength, rather, it instructs thee, to summon it in a manner, most distinct. What import doth this bear? A robust form doth signify, frolicking with grandchildren, in a Chicago park, traversing the crimson stones of Sedona, or partaking in joyous revelry, at a kin's wedding, in New Orleans. 'Tis a matter of safeguarding liberty, honor, and mirth. When thou dost cherish thy form, thou art not merely preserving thy health, thou art casting forth a glow, of self-regard. And that, dear companions, is ever so alluring, through the ages. Pray, dost thou uncover a path, that doth invigorate thy spirit, and keep thee in motion? Pray, do share thy thoughts, in the comments below. Hobby the second, preserving thy wits, the radiance of inquiry. Hark! Let us embark upon a voyage, to the realm of the mind, a vast cosmos of musings, tales, and sagacity. At the age of 70, the essence of allure, doth not reside in mere appearances, rather, it is found in the profoundness, of thy thoughts, and the vivacity of thy discourse. Hark! Behold Thomas, aged 77, hailing from the fair city, of Portland, Maine. Each eve, he doth repose in his armchair, a tome in hand, be it history, fiction, or the musings, of philosophy. To read is to voyage, to realms unknown, quoth he, and to keep mine intellect, as keen as the finest blade. To read is to unlock a portal, to realms without end. It doth maintain thy mind's agility, warding off the shadows of decline, by weaving fresh connections anew. Whether one doth plunge into a tome, by the hearth in a cabin of Denver, or dost study the annals of history, beneath the palms of Key West, the act of reading doth enrich the soul with empathy and kindle the fires of discourse. A learned soul doth bear tales, that transform mere chatter, into deep discourse, rendering them ever enchanting. Yet, wisdom doth gleam most resplendently, when bestowed upon others. Lo, discourse, be it in a gathering of learned souls in Charleston or amidst the bustling chatter of a Seattle cafe, doth refine the mind, and forge bonds anew. Consider, if thou wilt, the venerable Evelyn, aged 69, who doth graciously welcome a weekly assembly of discourse, within the confines of her abode, in Minneapolis. We do engage in a contest of wits, quoth she, and it doth preserve my youth. Partaking in discourse of substance, doth sharpen one's mind, nurture bonds of camaraderie, and assure thyself a lively spirit, amidst the throng. A mind, ever curious, doth not wither, nor fade with the passage of time. It doth command respect, allure the hearts of many, and bestow a legacy, of thoughts profound. Pray tell, when didst thou last peruse a tome, that didst alter thy view, upon the world, or didst thou engage in discourse, that kindled fresh revelations? Continue thy quest for knowledge, and thou shalt flourish, as a treasure eternal. Pray, share with me, what tome or discourse, hath stirred thy spirit of late. Pray, share thy thoughts beneath. Hobby the third, unfurling the muse, the essence of the soul's articulation. Creativity, that wondrous bridge, twixt thine heart, and the vast expanse of the world, doth weave a tongue, that transcends the bounds of time, itself. At the age of 65, to create is not merely a pastime, it is a means to etch thy legacy, upon the annals of time. Envision, if thou wilt, the venerable Dorothy, aged 71, in the fair land of Taos, New Mexico, whereupon her brush doth waltz, upon the canvas, seizing the ardent shades of the desert's embrace. In painting, I find the means to express that which words fail to convey, quoth she. Each stroke doth whisper of her soul, a tale preserved for the ages to come. Art doth impart the gift of mindfulness, bidding thee to pause and behold the world's exquisite details, a sunset in fair Maui, a blossom in a garden of Vermont. It doth leave a legacy, with each sketch bearing thy spirit forth into the annals of time. Writing, indeed, doth possess the gift of immortality. Behold the venerable Samuel, aged 13, amidst the vibrant heart of New Orleans, where he doth inscribe his memoirs, in a quaint courtyard of the French Quarter. His tales of affection and sorrow shall lead his progeny, long after he hath departed this mortal coil. To pen one's thoughts doth illuminate the intellect, bestowing utterance to the sagacity that naught but experience can impart. Then there exists the melody, the tongue that doth speak to the heart's deepest stirrings. For Lillian, aged 40, in the fair city of Memphis, Tennessee, the act of playing the piano within a humble cafe doth awaken cherished memories, and weave a tapestry that binds the generations together. Melody doth heal the weary soul, bringeth solace, and etches thy essence in the hearts of many. Whether thou dost wield thy brush in a studio of Parisian muse, within Savannah's embrace, or pluck thy strings upon a porch in Nashville's warm glow, 'tis creativity that doth sustain thy spirit's vibrance. 'Tis not the measure of skill that doth matter, but rather the fervor within, the valiant heart that dares to unveil the essence of one's spirit. Pray, dost thou engage in the noble arts of painting, writing, or the sweet melodies of music? Bestow upon us thy creative flame in the comments below. Hobby the fourth, a journey through realms, the bold heart's quest. To wander is not merely to tally the lands one hath visited, but to nurture the spirit, preserving its youth eternal. At the age of 70, 'tis the embrace of novel encounters that doth render thee most alluring. Behold, the venerable Robert, aged 66, who doth wander the bustling markets of Marrakesh, Morocco, delighting in the rich tapestry of spices and tales untold. Each journey doth remind me that the world is indeed boundless, quoth he. To wander afar doth broaden the mind, imparting the wisdom that no solitary path doth exist for life's grand journey. It doth deepen gratitude, humbling thee with beauty, and grounding thee with perspective. Thou needest not a ticket for yon flying chariot to embark upon thy journey of discovery. Local escapades, such as a gallery in the fair city of Savannah, Georgia, or a sojourn amidst the majestic heights of Colorado's Rockies, bestow upon us the marvels of discovery within our very own abode. Forsooth, curiosity doth require naught but a heart unbarred. Even tales dost carry thee afar, volumes, moving pictures, or discourse, with a neighbor hailing from distant lands, such as the venerable Maria, of 74 winters in Miami, who doth journey through the tomes of her book club's narratives. An adventurous spirit doth possess no fear, welcoming the mysteries that lie ahead, be it a quaint cafe in Charleston, or a narrative of yore from ancient Rome. It doth possess a charm most magnetic, urging others to behold the boundless possibilities that life doth offer. In contemplation, what distant realm, or nearby haven, didst thou last venture forth to explore? Pray, share thy thoughts beneath. Hobby the fifth, engaging with nature, the craft of tending. A garden doth serve as a mirror to the soul, reflecting both patience and love in its verdant embrace. For Grace, aged 68, in the fair land of Sonoma, California, to tend her vineyard is naught but an act of hope eternal. To plant a seed is to place one's faith in the morrow, quoth she. In the realm of verdant toil, one doth learn that life doth traverse in circles, unfurling its blossoms in due season. It doth bestow tranquility as the learned declare, to touch the earth, doth lessen one's cares, filling the soul, with serene delight. Be it a vast expanse, in the verdant realms of Vermont, or a humble herb garden, upon a balcony in fair Chicago, the tender care of nature, doth bestow a legacy, most profound. The verdant trees thou dost plant, may cast their shade, upon generations yet to come, the blossoms thou dost nurture, bring forth delight, to those who wander by. Those who tend to the earth, such as the venerable Walter, of Asheville, do so with a grace, most serene. They seek not the gaze of the multitude, yet their tender regard, for existence doth inspire admiration. Profound sagacity, entwined with the cadence, of nature's own heart, doth possess an allure, most boundless. Pray, dost thou possess a garden fair, or cherished plants, that dost capture thy heart? Pray, do regale us with tales, of thy verdant prowess below. Hobby the sixth, bestowing wisdom, the beacon of the mentor. Wisdom, that most precious gem, of the years, when bestowed upon others, doth render thee a beacon, guiding the wayward souls, through the tempestuous seas, of life. In the fair city of Savannah, where the sun doth cast its golden rays, there dwelleth a venerable sage, named James, aged 19. With a heart full of wisdom, he doth guide the aspiring spirits, of youth, nurturing their entrepreneurial dreams, within the hallowed halls, of a community center. Mine errors impart unto them, the wisdom I long to possess, quoth he. The utterances of a mentor, doth avert missteps, fortify the bonds of kin, and bestow a sense of purpose, upon the hearts of many. Thou dost not require a chamber, of learning to impart knowledge. Amidst the gentle clinking of porcelain, in a Portland cafe, or whilst strolling through the verdant paths, of a Miami park, a solitary word of counsel, hath the power to transform, a life most profoundly. Behold fair Rose, aged 71, residing in the fair city, of Chicago, who doth regale her grandchildren, with tales of steadfastness, and fortitude. Her wisdom doth resonate, beyond the span of her years, crafting destinies anew. Verily, true mentors do not impose their will, instead, they pose inquiries, guiding others to perceive, with clarity. Their presence doth serve as a bridge, twixt generations, anchoring a world, that doth move with great haste. Pray, dost thou ponder upon a moment, when thy wisdom hath illuminated another's journey, altering the course of their fate? Pray, share thy thoughts, in the comments below. Hobby the seventh, volunteering, the essence of generosity. To bestow upon others, doth infuse vitality, into thine very spirit. For Susan, aged 67, dwelling in Tucson, Arizona, her days are imbued with purpose, as she doth lend her hand, at a local haven, for creatures great and small. Behold, to witness a hound, discover a hearth, through mine own tender ministrations, it is naught but unadulterated bliss, quoth she. To lend thine hand in service, be it at a food bank, in fair Atlanta, or a noble literacy endeavor, in Seattle, doth weave thee into the very fabric, of thy community, nurturing bonds profound, and purpose most meaningful. 'Tis not merely the act, of aiding others that doth bring forth joy, nay, it doth also enhance thine own well-being, alleviating burdens of stress, and elevating the spirit, as the learned studies do proclaim. In yonder Boise, a noble soul of 75 years, named George, doth bestow his wisdom, upon the youth, emanating warmth and a sense of purpose, most profound. Their noble hearts doth inspire great admiration, rendering them eternal gems, that elevate all in their presence. Contemplation, in what manner dost thou bestow thy gifts upon thy community? Pray, unfold thy tale, beneath this humble space. Hobby the eighth, the art of crafting, a delight in creation. Crafting, a noble art, doth weave the threads of creativity, with thine own hands, a palpable manifestation, of affection most profound. For Helen, aged 10, dwelling in Burlington, Vermont, the crafting of scarves, for her kin, doth bestow a gift of warmth, most cherished. Each stitch doth bear a fragment, of my very soul, she doth proclaim. In the art of woodworking, akin to the splendid bird houses, crafted by the venerable Carl of Asheville, or the fine pottery, born of Santa Fe's embrace, raw materials dost transform, into beauty most divine. To craft is to embrace the virtue of patience and the art of focus, anchoring thyself in the present hour. Verily, a legacy it is, thy creations, from quilts to carvings, do dwell in the abodes of cherished kin. Artisans bear a silent pride, their hands weaving tales of devotion and craft, rendering them ever enchanting. In contemplation, what art dost thou cherish to create? Pray, share with us thine creations, below. Hobby the ninth, the art of storytelling, weaving the tapestry of existence. Verily, the craft of tale weaving, doth serve to safeguard, the wisdom of existence. In the fair city of Charleston, South Carolina, at the venerable age of 82, Evelyn doth gather the folk, at her local library, spinning enchanting tales, of her youthful days. Mine tales doth preserve, the lineage of my kin, quoth she. Whether by the spoken word, the modern broadcast, or the written scroll, the art of storytelling, doth weave a bond, twixt the ages. For David, aged 69, dwelling in fair San Francisco, to sit in meditation, with breath as guide, is a most precious boon. In stillness doth the mind find clarity, the heart doth bloom with peace, and the spirit soars, unbound by time. Oh, the sages of yore, with tranquil wisdom bright, do summon forth serenity, like stars in twilight's embrace, their calm resounding, as treasures eternal. Meditation doth sharpen the intellect, easing burdens of worry, as learned scribes proclaim. It doth nurture compassion, binding thee to life's gentle pulse. In quiet repose, thou dost weave a legacy of inner light, guiding kin for ages hence. Whether in a garden fair or chamber still, this practice doth proclaim, age dimmeth not thy soul's radiance. In contemplation, what moment of stillness, hath stirred thy spirit's peace? Pray, cast thy thoughts, into the comments below. Contemplation, what tale from thine own existence, dost thou wish to impart? Pray, cast thy thoughts, into the comments below. Lo and behold, 9 pursuits that doth transmute, thy golden years, into a grand tapestry, of wisdom and vigor. These be not mere pastimes, they stand as proclamations, that life at 65, 10, or 80 doth remain vibrant, ever-growing, and still most fair. Pray, may these tales, from the verdant vineyards, of fair Tuscany, to the bounteous gardens of Brooklyn, kindle within thee a fervor, to seize thy passions with ardor. If thou hast, prithee subscribe to Senior Health Star, strike the bell, and join our fellowship, of ageless gems. Upon reflection, a pang of remorse, doth stir within me, for not plunging sooner, into the delight of these pastimes. Perchance I tarried too long, upon the trials of advancing years, when I might have exalted, thy fortitude with greater fervor. Upon my own shoulders, doth this burden rest, and I shall endeavor to improve, henceforth. Yet, prithee, what dost thou ponder, what pastime dost thou seek to embrace, and in what manner shalt thou illuminate thyself, as a cherished gem of eternity? Pray, do share thine thoughts below, and let us continue this noble journey, forthwith. Until our paths cross again, embrace life with fervor, love with great depth, and let thy light, ever illuminate the world.